Welcome to the Yes Lady with CharlaA, your encouragement solutions for outrageous business. I'm excited to bring you today a success dresser, a confidence builder with how you dress, Miss Kay Smith.
Well, thank you, Charla. Thanks so much for inviting me here today. This is really a pleasure.
It's time to say yes to your future. Each week, CharlaA interviews business owners that are breaking the mold. Tune in each Thursday to discover how you can too. Here's your host, the Yes Lady herself, CharlaA.
It's awesome having you, and I met you, I guess, a decade ago somewhere in one of the networking things a long time ago in the far, far away. That was like somewhere.
Yes.
But I have actually been I've just been intrigued by watching your advancement in your career with your success dressing, and you're just so poised, and you always look so good. I want to be like her. So I wanted to bring you on and just we're going to talk to small businesses here to find out how dressing might make a difference in their life. So your actual title is the success dresser, or?
That's kind of a nickname, but it kind of stuck. So I actually prefer that. I mean, image consultant sounds so just stiff.
Image consultant sounds a little stiff and catchy. Success dresser is catchy, but you want to say be seen and be heard, right? So you want to give me confidence when we speak that we're not self-conscious about how we look. Is that kind of the bottom line?
Right, because I think as business owners, we need to be more visible if we want to make more impact. And, if you're not ready to be visible, then, you need to think about, okay, how much do you want your business to grow? So that's one of the things, really, the only reason that I am a speaker is because I knew I had to grow my business. I was very shy as a kid. I would have been hiding in the back corner of the room. And of course, the first couple of times I tried it, I bombed really bad. So yes, this has been an evolution, and I like to teach people what I have learned as far as developing that confidence. So I've gone through lots of different workshops. I've worked with different coaches, and I've had some experiences where they're the kind where they try to break you down, and get you vulnerable. But what I've learned, what really works, is you just focus on what's right about you. Just focus on what's right about you.
Wow.
So a lot of people are just, they're afraid of standing out. And a lot of that goes back to all of our insecurities growing up. And maybe we were, you've seen those Mean Girl movies.
Oh, I know, so sad.
Don't go back to the high school days. But, we've all had our experiences. Who has not experienced rejection? So one of the things that I do is if I'm speaking to a group of business people, and I stress to them how important it is that they get comfortable with speaking, because you've always got to talk about your business. You've got to talk about your business. So I tell them to focus on what's right about them, and I actually tell them to do this. Make a list of everything you love about yourself. And I tell them, make a list of at least 5 things, and then go out and get at least 5 people and ask them, what do they love about you? You could even do
people actually do that?
Do they actually tell you what they love about you?
No. Do they actually do the exercise? It's probably easier to ask other people than it is to...
It is easier to ask other people, but I have gotten them to, I'll even say, hey, maybe you could write down yours is the gift of gab. Maybe you're good with detail. Maybe you're pushy and bossy, but you know what? Those are good qualities. Those are good qualities because you get things done. So people, once I start opening it up like that, people will start writing down everything. Yeah, you know what? I do get things done. I do make things happen. So they'll start addressing all those unique qualities about themselves. So one of the quotes that I have come up with is that, because this is one of those things that it helps them to think about that and about standing out, is I say, being normal is overrated.
I love it.
All great individuals are different.
And we're all different. So
that's right.
Trying to fit into, I did have if I can kind of go a different direction for a second, I had a thing for my kids. I was like, normal there's a very wide range of normal.
Right.
But stay in it. They didn't, but it's okay.
And they didn't. Yeah, and it's okay.
It's okay. I love them as who and where
right.
they are, but I think, so there is no normal. There is no such thing.
There's no normal, really. And don't you love it when you meet a person and you just think you would call them a character because you remember them. So
and you have fun and
you have fun. And so I was at a party the other night, and and so this is a party where I didn't know anyone. I was going to a party with my husband, and so it was all the people at his work, and I'm looking around, and nobody's really coming up to me and talking, and then I finally said, "Who's the cowboy?" So you wouldn't expect to see a cowboy in this group. So someone with a cowboy hat, and it's like, "Oh, I don't know." And so nobody was going over to talk to him. And then finally, when my husband had gone over to talk to some other people, and I thought, well, you know what? I'm going to go talk to the most interesting person in the room. He looks very interesting. That's what I'm talking about, being a character. Now, you wouldn't even know this, but this person, he was very quiet and no one was talking to him. And so as I engaged him in conversation, we started talking. I was asking him what he does, and he's retired. But he is an author. He's written over 8 books. He was so interesting. So this is what I'm saying. You've got to find your passion. All of us who have small businesses, we do it because it's our passion. And when you find your passion, that's what you want to talk about. And then let that character of who you are, just let it develop.
Let it be.
And let it show.
Be who you be.
And be who you be, and let it show on the outside. Yeah.
So good for you to engage in somebody, because there's not a person walking the face of the earth that doesn't have stories.
Exactly.
And sometimes, I say this often, but the harder people are to love, the more they need it. And perhaps,
very true.
Just stepping in and giving them a little bit of acknowledgement, a little bit of lift, a little bit of smiling, a little bit of listening. So
yes.
I think the undercurrent of much of our world is we just want to be heard. And
exactly.
There's so much noise around that nobody's listening. So opening up to talk to someone and hear someone and listen and feel their spirit and their heart and just love them without judgment.
Right.
That's an undercurrent theme of me. Just love without conditions and without judgment.
Exactly.
And then they begin opening up and feeling free, right?
Yes.
To feel accepted and that they're okay.
Right. And it's amazing when you really listen. I think a lot of times when let's just say we're going to meet someone, maybe it's a prospect, we want to talk about our business. I think too many times we're so focused on, okay, what we want to say, what are all the things we're going to convey, and how can we convince them and persuade them? But I think you picked up on it. The key is about listening. You've got to listen, listen, listen. And when you listen and you understand that other person, then you can start having a conversation in a way so that you're connecting. So that's really what we want. We want to connect with that other person. So being heard, yes, but that means we want to connect with them. So the key, I think, is listening. And then the other part to that, I think it's just being authentic and just being sincere. So sometimes people are thinking, oh, I need to impress them. I need to
Everybody knows you're doing it. That's the bad part.
It sounds fake. That's right. So all they just want to get to know you. It's that everybody's heard that the know, like, and trust. You want to do business with those you know, like, and trust. So we are going to really think more about what's in it for them. So yes, I think.
So when you go into a crowd, you are always looking fabulous. You have a look, and you have this striking hair, and you do stand out in a crowd, right? So
he stood out because everybody else is dressed alike. This was one of those things that he didn't mind standing out. This was one of the things that I had to overcome as well. As you get more confident, you're able to do that. But it is, and I'll admit, when you have red hair, it's harder to not stand out.
it is a beacon.
Yeah, right. And and growing up, getting picked on about the red hair and the freckles, right? So I always wanted to blend in, and I would wear, I'd wear dark colors, most like black or I don't know, just grays. I would just try to just hide it. It doesn't really
subdue,
hide.
Yeah.
Right. You try to subdue it. But what happens when you start thinking about opening yourself up to wearing colors and wearing things that brighten you up. And this is something that I love helping people choose colors that work along with their core energy. So that's what I'm all about.
Energy dressing, that's who you are, right? That's part of it.
Exactly. So I've always stayed consistent with that. You've got to do things that stay congruent with your core energy. But when you are, and a lot of people, it's kind of like they already have that sense, they know what colors look good on them, because when you get those right colors, people, they will notice you, but it's more about they'll see the whole picture, and they'll think, wow, you just, there's something about you. You look radiant, or you look really healthy. These are all positive qualities. Also, this gives you, I kind of like to call it a secret weapon for your business, because it helps other people to connect with you subconsciously. Because we're always, everything's vibrational.
Right.
Right.
Yes.
So everything's vibrational. You've heard that about the study that only 7% of the words we say is even being heard.
Right.
So we're vibrational. So people are picking up on those subtle qualities. So they are picking up on what we're wearing. I say everything is energy. Everything is, all your nonverbal communication, but what you're wearing is so powerful. And so people are going to know that they're wearing their right power colors, because they'll just notice the reactions that people have with them, or people will be complimenting them. It's just, they're like, okay,
you look great in that, right?
Yeah.
Or wow,
Yeah, exactly.
you look so vibrant, or something like that. So
Right.
this goes back to years and years and years ago. I noticed that some people would say, "Oh, I love your eye makeup," and I somehow or another I figured it out that I loved it when they would say, "Oh my, I love your eyes. Your eyes are so bright." So the eye makeup needs to be an enhancement, not a fixture. And I think the clothes too, they need to be. It just draws people to the entire picture of dressing. So
another phrase I'll use with people, I'll say, okay, if the clothes show up first on you, if that's what they're commenting on, they're commenting on the clothes. I'll say, if the clothes show up first, put it back on the rack. So everything about you, they're going to see you, and they're just going to think, oh, wow, you look great today.
That's the key.
You look great. Yes.
And we're going to take a quick break
today.
right now. Speaking of looking great, we might as well take a quick break. This is Charla Anderson, the Yes Lady. We'll be right back after these messages.
22 veterans every day take their own lives. They commit suicide. A couple years ago, I talked 4 people off the cliff with guns in their hands, because they're looking for hope, they're looking for trust, they're looking for respect, they're looking for somebody that cares. Blue Dragon International Consultants, we care. Go to bdic.net to find a conference near you.
The American business economy is positioned as it has never been before. Professional videography is a core element for attracting a higher level of engagement with the people group you need for significant impact. Now is your time to shine. My name is Bill Brock, owner of White Rock Films, and I invite you to a powerful opportunity in the marketplace, an opportunity to draw excited people to your events, an opportunity to showcase your ideas on infrastructure, an opportunity to become known as the industry authority and enjoy the associated benefits of a strong, influential brand. Video highlights, video teaches, video puts a resistant market at ease, and video stirs the hearts and imaginations of your allies and strategic client base. White Rock Films offers full audio and video production for businesses ready to embrace the future, handling your project with professionalism, experience, and polish unlearned from the industry. My name is Bill Brock, and White Rock Films wants your business. See us online at whiterockfilms.com.
Experience the Zeal difference.
It's my favorite beverage.
I never thought nutrition could taste so good.
I know it's why I feel the best I've ever felt.
Wouldn't start my day without this beverage.
Every once in a while, a product comes along that's so innovative, it has the ability to shake up how we feel about nutrition. You're about to be introduced to a one-of-a-kind nutritional powerhouse. It's scientifically formulated and backed by a landmark clinical trial. This wellness product has created a movement that has already generated over $300 million in sales. It continues to change lives, create a thirst in people to be healthier, and is inspiring generations in ways other beverages simply do not. It's called Zeal, and thousands of people worldwide, just like you, appreciate that it takes the guesswork out of nutrition and why it's loved by so many. If you don't experience the Zeal difference in 30 days, we'll refund your money. Join us in this movement and experience the Zeal difference.
The Yes Lady with CharlaA, and we're back here with Kay Smith. We're talking about success dressing and energy dressing and all of those things that I've admired you all these years about. And I know you have classes and coaching and speaking and all that going on, and we'll get to that. But I just, can I make a true confession?
Okay.
Here on
On live TV.
the way I shop,
Uh-huh.
I'll walk through Sam's and go, oh, that'll do. And I'm not kidding.
Oh, okay.
I'm not kidding.
Mm-hmm.
Just, that's that. I don't have budget, and I don't have time, and I don't have. It would be awesome if somebody would just go, here, this. Try this, try this, try this.
Right.
And
Right.
that's true confession. And I'm telling you, I was, these show days where I film are the most stressful days of my trying to figure out, something to wear. So I could use your expertise, and I could, and shopping and stuff like that, because I know that it's possible to shop within a budget and all that. And so I'm just being real.
This is, so part of what I do, I'm not just talking to people about their dress, about their makeup, about their hair. We're getting into, really also their core emotions. So one of the things that I find a lot of women, they don't want to admit it, but they'll finally open up and say, hey, I'm important. And when they get it, that spending time on themselves and taking care of how they look is just as important as everything else that they've got going on. It will boost their self-esteem, it boosts their confidence, and this carries over into their business. How much confidence you have is directly proportional to how successful you are. It all interrelates together. So what I love doing is when I do give workshops, or if I work with a person one-on-one, we get into about who, it's always from the inside out, about who they really are, all their beautiful qualities, and then we're bringing those qualities to shine on the outside. And it's not about, I love to go into thrift stores, consignment stores, you can find wonderful bargains, and I give them it's kind of like a guide where it's 5 simple steps. They're going to know immediately what to look for. So you're not having to go through the whole store.
I get so overwhelmed.
It can be overwhelming. But the first thing that we really do is we're going to look for the colors. And so sometimes I've taken groups like that with workshops. Okay, we're going to teach you how to shop today. And this is not going to take you any longer than, when you go shopping, it's not going to take you longer than an hour. You're just going to go in. If they don't have the colors for you, don't even bother your time in the rest of the store. We're walking on to the next store. So this is about finding the stores where you can find things for you, and then you find those colors first, and then we're looking at, okay, is this the fabric that's right for me? Are these design lines, the style, is this right for me? So it makes it really, really easy. And then
easy for you to say. I'm not kidding.
That's what I'm saying. We find the stores that work for you, and then I suggest everyone, you don't make a purchase until you can say about that purchase, I love it, and I love how I feel in this.
So, okay, you told me that you were going to give an offer to
Yes.
to the guests today, and what would that be?
Yes, I would like to give you a complimentary consultation. This is a 20-minute consultation that we will talk over the phone, and I will be helping you. We'll assess what your core energy is. That is the foundation of everything. We're going to assess what your core energy is. From there, you will be able to do things like figure out your power colors, the rest of what is really going to be helping you shine on the outside. So if you will contact me at, here's my email, KAY@standinyourpersonalpower.com. So my website is the same, standinyourpersonalpower.com. So I'd love to have a conversation with you and help you to really stand in your personal power, become more visible, and make a greater impact.
That's awesome, and I know you are open to having speaking engagements and groups and things like that, so they can find
Yes.
you at the same place. So,
Yes.
Kay, it has been a true joy and pleasure, and thank you for letting me be a little vulnerable there, because I'm like, maybe I need you here because I'm going, help. So, and then, when people are going through major transition, which I am, so, there's a
Right.
lot of,
Right.
the things from high school don't work as much. So the Yes Lady will be back next week, and we're so glad you joined us. Hi, I'm the Yes Lady with CharlaA, powered by Zeal Wellness. Zeal is my nutrition beverage of choice. It is 14,000 milligrams of superfood nutrition in a powdered formula that you can just shake it and take it out the door, grab and go, have energy, vitality, reduce your stress, some incredible health benefits. It's incredibly cost effective, and it is going to change your life. I'd love for you to join me. Go to charla.zealforlife.com, charla.zealforlife.com. Join me in being healthy, focused, full of energy, tastes great. Zeal for Life.
That's all for the Yes Lady with CharlaA today. The Yes Lady with CharlaA is produced by the OBBM Network and available on demand at offbeatbusinessmedia.com. The Yes Lady also airs each Thursday at 12 and 8 p.m. on OBBM Radio, available on iTunes and offbeatbusinessmedia.com. Download the Offbeat Business app to get the Yes Lady TV and podcast on demand. To be a guest on the Yes Lady, call 817-808-7703.